Hello BookTube. Today I'm going to be doing the second Tome around book tag. This tag was created by the Hungry Bookworm, and I learned about it through Steve Donahue. So both of their video links will be down below. Let's begin with the questions after I comb back my hair. Question number 1. Do you buy secondhand books? Yes, I do. I buy about half of the books I buy are secondhand. Mostly recently, they've almost exclusively been history books. This year, I want to expand my history collection. I still continue expanding my science fiction collection, but I do want my history collection to be more than just a mid-sized bookcase. So the vast majority of my used book buying or secondhand book buying comes through Alibris. I use Alibris about once a month, sometimes more, depending if I buy like a huge amount of books at one time or spread it out. Alibris, for those who don't know, is an aggregate website that brings together a lot of independent, smaller chain used bookstores and allows book buyers to browse their collections or what they have, and then order them online and get them in a few weeks. So in addition to Alibris, I also shop locally. Mainly, as I've talked about a few times, the Friends of the Library book sale. So the Friends of the Library are a supporting organization of the Waco-McLennan County library system. And they put on book sales twice a year, one in late May, early June, which is exclusively fiction and mostly paperback. And it's in the large meeting room, presentation room of the West Waco Library and Genealogy Center, which is the library I primarily go to. And then in the mid-autumn, usually it's like the first weekend of November, but this year it'll be sometime in mid-October. The Friends of the Library put on a much larger book sale where spaces at a convention center are rented and the books are put on long tables and put for sale. So traditionally it's been at the Creative Arts exhibit building at the Extraco Event Center. But starting last year and continuing into this year, and I guess for several years to come, the Friends of the Library book sale has moved to the Waco Convention Center. And I think it's the Texas rooms. Although this coming year might be different since, depending, I guess, if there's anything competing with the book sale, which is a smaller venue than the Creative Arts exhibit at the Extraco Event Center. But still, I went this past year and really enjoyed it. And I'm looking forward to going back to both book sales this coming year. In addition to the Friends of the Library book sales, I shop at two local used bookstores, a Golden's Book Exchange, which I've been going to for years. They have a bi-monthly sale, and quite enjoy going there. And I also go to Brazos Books, although I haven't gone there in a few years. But I really want to go back to both, so I might try to put together a trip, not through Waco Transit, because, the one time I went to Golden's using the bus was not a very pleasant experience, to say the least. So moving on to question number 2. What is or was your latest purchase? So I purchased 4 books this past weekend through a Libris, and they will be coming sometime next week and probably the following week. And I will show them when I haul. So unless I get order some more books through a Libris, basically all 4 used books I mentioned when I do my February book haul will have been bought like last weekend. But I'm not going to mention that because that would kind of kill the surprise for the friends of for the book haul. Sorry. Question number 3. What condition do you find acceptable? I.e. tatty or not tatty, etc. I prefer good quality. Ones that haven't been too heavily abused or used. But if it's not as good a quality, I'm okay with maybe slightly less quality or better quality. Question number 4. After you have read said book, do you keep it for a reread or redonate it? I keep them. I try to keep the books as long as possible. The only times I really purge books from my collection is when I need the space. I run out of shelf space for them. I have doubles. I have like a few years ago I had bought an edition of Knight's Master by Kenneth Lee from, I want to say it was Golden's. And I really wanted the omnibus edition. So eventually I bought the omnibus edition shortly after I moved into this apartment. And obviously I ended up having a double, so I think I donated that book to the Friends of the Library book sale. Because I don't think I was going to Golden's to get store credit for it. But usually that's what I do, is if I need space or if I have doubles. Sometimes if I want to get store credit, I might purge like the books I really don't like, and then I used to go to Hastings, but kind of go to Golden's and get some store credit for books. Question number 5. Do you have a favorite place you like to go to when looking for secondhand books? Oh, well, crap. I just answered that question in question number 1. So, basically, excluding Alibris, locally, the Friends at the Library book sale, Golden's Book Exchange, and Brazos Books. Question number 6. Hardback or paperback, do you have a preference? No, I don't. Question number 7. Have you found any real gems? Not really. Nothing that I would say would be a real gem. Maybe an edition of some older Dennis Cooper novels. I think I've got like a first edition of that, but nothing that really pops to mind. Question 8, optional. I'm not having a very good week so far this week. Find a book from your shelves that you can donate to a good cause or your local charity Goodwill shops. I still have bookshelves to fill. No. And number 9, go ahead and tag some people. So if you haven't done this tag and you want to, consider yourselves tagged. So that was the secondhand the second Tome Around tag. Thank you, BookTube, and have a great day.